Alright, so this is the 101 that came from the hamfest. I guess my friend went in there, like, when they first opened, and he had it on the club table. And I guess they told him some information about it. Supposedly, one owner, original owner. I mean, I guess it was a consignment for the club, something. It's actually pretty clean, but it doesn't work right. The volume is screaming loud on it. It has this really weird wood screw down in here. So I was getting ready to pull the bottom cover off of it because I think the volume pot is bad, but I'm going to probably reseat all the boards and do all that first. But it is in pretty good shape. So, sorry, I've got some bugs flying around in here. Summer is upon us, apparently. So it's actually pretty hot today. I think it's like 80 degrees. Fired up the air conditioner out here for the first time of the year. Got that running on the solar. So forget about using the radio because there'll be lots of noise from the solar. Anyway, this is doesn't have 11 meters, so that's probably why it's so clean. There's some here, and what I don't understand, actually, it says it's a 1976, but usually 1976 will have 11 meters. I have a feeling it has 11 meters on it because it has all the crystals in it. But you know, you definitely want to avoid, unless you're a CB operator, okay? If you're a CB operator, I know some guys are that's subscribed to the channel, but if you're a ham and you don't want to deal with crap, you don't want one of these radios that's been owned by a CB operator, because back in the 70s and the 80s and the 90s, they abused the piss out of these radios, okay? And you'll know right away when you get inside of it that somebody ran it on AM too hard, because you'll find burnt wires on the tank circuit, and the tank circuit wasn't really intended to transmit on 11 meters. It was optimized for 10. And so what happens is that guys would not be happy with the amount of power that it was putting out on 11 meters, and they might go in and modify and tune the radio for 11 a little bit better, and then it would have problems and it would burn up the taps on the tank circuit, which are really, really hard to get to without completely tearing the radio like apart to hell. So if you're not a CB operator, you probably do not want to buy one of these that has been owned by a CB operator. I mean, because there's like, they do all kinds of weird modifications to them and stuff like that and hacked them up, and you know, I'm not trying to be judgmental, but like literally those guys have done some of the worst crap I've ever seen to these radios. It's a very, very popular radio with the CB crowd, so like when you buy one of these, you always have to be super careful. I've never noticed that little cutout here on the bottom. I don't know if my other ones actually have that. This one here, I got this damn telescope in my way, I can't see. Man, I'm gonna have to move the telescope. What do we see? No, there's no cutout here. That's not normal. Yeah, I didn't think that looked normal. Okay. Where is there? Oh yeah, there is. There it is. Pretty cool. So see, this one has 11 on it, and this one doesn't work right on 10 meters because they took the 10 meter crystal out of it. And it has a crystal that's like 40 channels above. So it's basically starts at like 27405, and then it goes up into the bottom of the 10 meter band, and then so I'm just trying to remember. So that crystal is in the 11 position, and then the 10A or 10B is missing completely on this one. So there's a reason why I keep buying these radios, because like ultimately you would put together one really nice one. Now this one here is actually pretty nice too. It's got a couple of chips here and stuff like that. And what I've noticed about these radios is they all kind of have different paint. Here's an early VFO too. But I think, you know, if you're going to collect radios, I think like the 101, you can't go wrong with the 101, honestly. I mean, they made a million of the damn things, and they really actually do work quite well. And, you know, they're a great radio. Maybe a little noisy on the receive, but a proper 101 doesn't drift, and they sound really good. They can work really well on AM if you're into AM, but you need the filter, and the filters are extremely expensive. So anyway, this one here seems to be pretty clean. I'd like to get another one again. It has the original plastic intact, but usually in Arizona you won't find them because the heat destroyed the plastic. This one here looks like maybe somebody recently pulled the plastic. I don't know, it's hard to say, but the lettering on it is really, really good. I've got a 101B where the lettering is flaking off bad, and that just kind of sucks. So I have two E's now, one with 11 meters, one without it. I've got a 101 Bravo, and they've got a 101 plain early production, and the one that works the best is the 101 early production. So we'll see how this one does, but we're just gonna try and get it working and figure out what's up with the volume. If it's the pot and it's bad, well, then I don't know where I'm gonna get one without buying another parts radio. But I mean, that's kind of the good thing about these, is like, if that's, you know, what you needed, I mean, like eventually you'd probably be able to find a parts radio, you know, or somebody, you know, sell it apart from one of them on eBay or something.